dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Connor James and happy Monday. The time is just about 5 o'clock. Let's check in with Brandon Robinson for a look at your cold, and I mean cold, forecast this morning.
Absolutely, my friend. It's April 1st, and this cold is no joke this morning. It is chilly. Redbud winter, I do believe. A lot of trees not in full bloom yet, but the timing matches up. Let's take a look at what's going on across the region this morning. Not much cloud cover, so that's let it set up for this. A freeze warning in effect until 10 o'clock this morning for much of the region. Just a couple of our counties not included. Temperatures anywhere between about 25 and 30 this morning. And when you factor in a little bit of wind chill, it feels like the teens in some locations. So keep that in mind as you're traveling this morning. Max warming needed on the coffee meter for sure because it's Monday and because it's cold out there. A frost scrape alert this morning. Give yourself an extra minute or two, maybe a little bit more than that, to get that frost off your windshield. Some of that could be thick in spots. I'll have the rest of the forecast coming up here in just a few minutes. Connor?
All right, thanks, Brandon. Well, one Eastern Kentucky fire department has a new fire truck this morning, months after they lost theirs in a crash. As WYMT's Marianne Fletcher reports, the journey to getting the new vehicle was a unique one, filled with many complications along the way.
A string of bad luck.
We had a truck that got into a wreck.
In November, Randy Courtney and his crew with the Island Creek Fire Department began looking for a new fire truck.
Trying to find us the right truck that would fit our needs and fit the community's needs.
And while that is not an easy task, they found the perfect fit, all the way in New Jersey.
And we made it from New Jersey to Pennsylvania into Maryland on the way back.
But this is where the story gets rough.
Yeah, it was a journey for sure.
Josh Akers noticed something was not right with their new find.
Well, actually, I was driving the pickup in front of it, and I kind of looked at Randy, and I was like, that's a lot of smoke.
A head gasket on the engine blew.
It was a mess.
Causing the pickup crew to wait for assistance.
It was cold, snowing. We were beside the road.
After finding a wrecker service to take the truck, they thought the worst was behind them.
I was like, man, I just want to go home.
Soon, a tire popped on the truck while driving back to the Bluegrass.
You know, it's been a rough trip.
Nearly 4 months later, the new fire truck sits inside their Island Creek Bay.
This is a 96 Pierce Dash, they call it. It's a top mount pump, which is actually a safety feature.
This truck carries 750 gallons of water.
It's a 1,500 gallon a minute pump, so it's got the plenty pumping capacity.
And even after the rough journey,
You want to provide the best service possible.
helping the community makes it all worth it.
It's ready to roll.
In Pike County, Marianne Fletcher, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, Courtney says they will begin training members on how to drive the new truck on Tuesday. And in Knoxville, police are investigating a shooting that left one person dead and 2 others injured near a nightclub. It happened just after 4 Sunday morning at the Vibe nightclub off Broadway Street. Now, police have not released the identity of the person killed or those injured, if they have any suspects in the case. And DeMann faces charges in connection with the death of a University of South Carolina student. Police believe 21-year-old Samantha Josephson mistakenly got into a car she thought was an Uber. She thought she was a senior at the university and a political science major. The murder has students on campus understandably concerned.
One day you're with your friend and the next day you may never see them again. And it's kind of a morbid thought, but it does happen. And sadly it happened here.
Now, Columbia police say she went missing early Friday morning after leaving the college hangout in 5 Points, just 5 minutes from USC. She got into a black Chevy Impala. And a Texas boy who went missing more than 1 year ago was found this week.
I felt like I would never see Josh again, and my daughters would never see their brother again.
The boy is in Child Protective Services custody until his mother can get to Florida to pick him up. Police say the state of Texas will decide on whether to charge Kenneth Graham with the crime. And Kentucky Transportation Cabinet District 10 officials want people to pick up signs they may have placed illegally. Officials say signs placed on the state right of way in Jackson city limits will be removed starting April 15th. Road crews say Kentucky laws do not allow the signs to be placed on utility poles there. Owners can pick up the signs once crews pick them up. Well, thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. Coming up, a dash camera in Florida captures an unusual sight. We'll show you the footage.
It's a frigid start to the day, but it will warm up some later. I'll have the latest forecast in about 3 minutes.